I'm Kurt Shimmers. Every day, fortunes are gained and lost in the financial markets. News, trends, and even geopolitical events shape your financial landscape. Join me and my expert guests right now on Traders Nation. Welcome. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Don, I got a fantastic show. Hey, Sam McElroy's back with us here today. So if we wanted to start an argument, all we have to do is ask, when did the current bull market begin? And sparks will fly. We're going to be talking about that here today. Plus, we got a great list of stocks on our list today. The Dow is in triple digits, so we're going to be talking about those. We got guests, we got stocks, we got some insight on some of these moves on these stocks, and a whole lot more. Stay tuned right here to Traders Nation. We'll be right back.
Traders Nation. Get Pro Online DVD Trader today. Whether you're an experienced trader or just beginning, you'll improve your skills dramatically. Click on the Knowledge Center button to order your copy today. Traders Nation, delivering what you want when you want it. Traders Nation.
Record every time.
We can talk about
That's right.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson. Hey, Don, that's Willie Nelson.
That's right.
Once on Traders Nation, interviewed Willie about biodiesel. Don, it was a great interview. You can catch that at our channel over at YouTube. I think over at TradersNation.com also. Hey, Don, we got some great stocks on our list today. Certainly towers. One thing that we're noticing, Don, is that since our last edition, it's prevalent throughout our list here today. You know, we're finding stocks are up $1, $2, $3, $4. And if folks are paying attention, they're writing these down. They can be a part of those moves if they're paying attention. But that's key here, Don. Pay attention. Write this stuff down. Certainly AMT, let's talk about that here today, Don. AMT, American Tower, currently trading at $150. A little bit north of that, Don. 205,000 shares exchanging hands here today. This is one of them, up $1 since we spoke at last on Traders Nation. We're going to see some resistance on AMT, Don, at $151. And certainly second day up in the green today. Your thoughts on AMT, Don?
Well, AMT is one of the companies, along with CCI and a few others in here in the sector.
Yeah.
5G, that's what you want to remember. The FCC is on top of it.
Yeah.
Delivery of 5G service is going to require more wireless carriers to invest in more and more. Somebody's got to carry the traffic. And the bottom line in the whole thing is that these REITs, American Tower, Crown Castle, SBAC Communications, Equinix, EQIX, it's civil on that one.
Sure.
These companies are the companies that are sitting, waiting for this 5G to simply explode.
Yeah.
These stocks have performed pretty well this year. They're a little bit soft, but right now, these are the ones you want to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. AMT, American Tower. Alpha Mary Tango is the phonics for that one, Don. AMT. CCI is the next one on our list. Crown Castle, you mentioned it just briefly a second ago. Currently trading at $112.76, Don. Up $2, Don, since the last episode of Traders Nation. Trading slightly above the resistance that we talked about previously at $112.50, Don. Volume's a little bit low on this, okay? And also, too, it's going to need a lot more tailwind volume to come in and blow past these current levels. Bring your charts up on this one, folks. Don, your thoughts?
Well, Crown Castle is a U.S. company only. All their assets are based right here. These companies are REITs. They pay dividends. And, by the way, for the first time the other day, you mentioned the volume on the stock.
Yeah.
I finally saw on the road the other day a truck with a symbol, Crown Castle Internet.
Is that right?
I finally saw one.
Nice. We should have got a picture of it, Don. God, we could have streamed that along with our charts. Nonetheless,
a lot of people haven't heard of these companies. I mean, who's heard of Crown Castle? Not a lot of people except us in the financial business. But we're focused on that sector here at Traders Nation. And the other one is American Tower. Of course, you mentioned that at the outset. Take a look at SBAC. That's another one in the sector. That's a great company.
Okay, and that's SBAC, right, Don?
Right.
All right, Sam Bravo Alpha Charlie is another one you want to take a look at, certainly. All right, let's move on to another one, Unit. Okay, Unit.
Unit, yes.
Have you seen any trucks on Unit yet, Don?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Unit, Unit Group now, UNIT is the symbol on that. Now, this one is trading around $19 and $19.75 here.
Yeah.
This is a Little Rock, Arkansas company. There's another one. A lot of people haven't heard of this one, UNIT. Now, this stock traded as high as, where did we go on this? About $22, I think, is about the 52-week high.
Yeah.
But this one got hit a little bit, and this is another one you want to keep an eye on for the 5G tower rollout. UNIT, Unit Group.
Yeah, absolutely. UNIT is Unigroup. Currently trading, like Don said, $19.75. Let's take a look here. Ton of shares exchanging hands here today, and average volume on it, 2.4 million shares. Right now, Don, this is really unique. So if you bring your charts up on this, the stock is trading above its 200-day moving average, which is nice. I like that. It's very bullish. But it's nearing its 50-day moving average, okay? Right now, as you can see, if you're looking at your chart, you can see potentially a rollover here today. Let's see. I'd like to see Unit hold, but potentially there's a rollover going on here. Everything's starting to turn biased towards the downside. We'll see if the stock actually holds up here today on Unit. UNIT is a ticker symbol on that. Hey, Don, real quickly, where's the Dow? Dow's in triple digits. Last that I saw was at 333 points here today, up in the green. Fantastic move here today on the Dow.
It's past 400, so the market's up 400 points. This is all about China. They've announced that they're going to have another sit-down here and discuss these tariffs. So they'll get it squared away. I always tell people that the Chinese guys are sitting there saying, this is bad for business. Yeah. So let's get this straightened out.
Yeah, totally. Chinese, they're not stupid when it comes. They're very savvy, Don, very savvy. Yeah. And when it comes to the markets, when it comes to trade, certainly they've been, some would argue they're too savvy with the United States and have been for decades, Don. I think that's about to come to end as they realize that President Trump is not going to be, is not too hot on their savviness, okay, if you will. So, yeah, they're going to come to the table. They're going to negotiate. It's in their best interest, too, Don, without a doubt, to negotiate
no doubt about it.
A good trade deal. They don't want to get smacked around, and certainly they're going to try to get the best that they can. Hey, Don, let's move on to data centers. I want to do that here today before we run out of time. We got probably about 3-4 minutes left. DLR, Digital Realty Trust, currently trading at $122.03 here today. 109,000 shares exchanging hands here today, Don. Bring your charts up on this, folks. $4 up since we spoke about it last here on Traders Nation. It was doing this horizontal jig, if you remember on the last edition of Traders Nation, doing this horizontal jig, digesting those gains, and then we saw this really nice step up. That's the $4. And then now we're doing the horizontal jig again. Love the chart on this. Don, your thoughts, DLR.
Well, DLR, one of the leaders in the trade, you just have to understand that the major companies, Amazon, Intel, Microsoft, must use these data centers for their cloud storage. Yeah. And these are the companies that are in the hyper data center business. DLR among the leaders, $122 in here, performing nicely. And then there's a few others in the sector that we've been watching and we've been calling to the attention of the viewers and the listeners out there.
Sure.
Great business, the data center business. Interest rate sensitive businesses, however, they're going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, without doubt about that. DLR, Digital Realty Trust, is the name of this company. If it's not on your radar, you know what? You should put it there. All right? Get that written down. DLR, COR. Don, let's go to the COR. Okay, Coresight Realty Trust. Okay, Corp, rather. Currently trading at $114.61. 114,000 shares exchanged in hands here today. Here's another one, Don. Up since we spoke about it last, $1. Not too bad. Okay, I'll take it. Nice reversal off that $112 2 days ago. Resistance is right here at $115 area. Don, your thoughts?
Well, Core is another one. This is one of the leaders in the trade. They're busting through all expectations as they report, and the stock has performed nicely. We've got a nice day today. And the markets are up 400, so Coresight just rolling with the punches here, up a buck and a half today.
Yeah.
So the data center business is another one you want to keep an eye on.
Sure.
And by the way, they're all REITs and they all pay dividends.
Yeah, absolutely. COR is the ticker symbol for that one. Coresight Realty Corp. Keep it on your radar. Hey, Don, where do you want to go next? You want to go to EGP?
Let's talk about EQIX, Equinix.
Yeah, EQIX.
Little higher price. EQIX.
Yeah.
Up $8 today. Nice. $444 a share.
Wow.
This is one of the big ones in the business.
Sure, absolutely. All right, EQIX, put it on your radar. EQIX. All right, coming up next, we got Sam McElroy. We're going to start an argument today. I'm sorry, folks. So that's our warning ahead of time. We're going to start an argument. Well, maybe. We'll discuss an argument. Maybe it'll start out there once this thing airs. All right. Sam McElroy coming up next, plus more. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Steve Forbes. You're watching Traders Nation.
Welcome back. You are tuning in to Traders Nation. My pleasure to have back with us once again Sam McElroy. He's co-founder at Financial and at Financial Investments. Sam, welcome back to Traders Nation. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
Doing real good. Thanks for being with us again. So, Sam, if we wanted to start an argument, all right, is all right? I hate to do this, but this thing's going to be out there, and certainly there's going to be a lot of talk around this. Is all we have to ask is, when did the current bull market begin? Okay, and I'm stepping back, Sam. When did it begin? Your thoughts?
I don't know where I really fall in terms of the argument. I kind of see it from both perspectives. I think that there's a strong case to be made when people are looking at in terms of the corrections that we had previously. And typically it takes a correction of 20% or more for us to basically say that we're in a bull market. And when you get down as low as 19.9%, I think we're kind of splitting hairs as far as whether or not that qualifies as dipping into a bull market or not. So I think you're absolutely right that trying to talk about when this bull market began and how long, or whether, the bull market we're in right now is going to be, or we're going to take the title for the longest bull market, is definitely a good way to start an argument, especially amongst Wall Street folks.
That's right. That's fine. It surprises me. In fact, it strikes me that there's no official body that actually that's designated to what constitutes a pullback. I mean, Sam, we've got numbers for everything out there. Why don't we have numbers for that, Sam?
I think it's so that we can argue.
Right. Gives us something to argue about.
Right. It's so interesting that, a lot of the stuff is being defined and changed and updated kind of as we go. Yeah. And in a sense, that leaves room for gray area. And gray area is always going to be the source of arguments and contention. But I got to tell you, when we're talking about things as far as like how long this bull market is going, or whether it's the longest bull market, I think that sometimes it really becomes, I don't want to say misleading, but it almost is really good fodder from a textbook technical standpoint. But I wonder from a practical standpoint if it makes us focus on things that aren't as significant in terms of the average investor and what this might mean for them.
Right. That's actually a really good point. I mean, while there are going to be folks out there arguing, if you will, back and forth on what is designated as a bull market, what's designated as a bear market, the average investor kind of really doesn't care, do they? I mean, as long-term investors, they got one objective, maybe several, but their major one is certainly to make sure that they got enough money for retirement. And are they on that path of investing correctly for that, right?
That's right. Because, if we look at this bull market that we're in right now, and let's say it started in 2009, for somebody who was invested in, say, similar or the same securities in 2007, did the bull market really start for them in 2009? Because from 2009 to 2013, they were just making back lost ground from 2007 to 2009 that they fell. Right. So from a practical standpoint, I feel like we can, kind of bang the drums and say, look how great the market's been doing and how long it's been doing it. Right. But for a lot of people, they may not really have experienced that. And to take it even a step further, what about people that were retiring sometime between, 2007 and 2013? from a trajectory, from all the, assumptions they probably programmed into their retirement calculators and everything else like that, it may or may not be conforming to their experience. And so I think sometimes, we can get really technical and start looking at a lot of these pieces, but for somebody who, had enough to retire but not so much that they could be careless,
sure,
I think the reality may be super different.
So let me frame that a little bit. So what we're saying here is that, certainly some would argue that the bull market started on the upswing back after 6,500 when the Dow hit that low. But like you said, a lot of people took a haircut, man. I mean, they really took a beating. And even though that from 2010 and up, when it started to recover back up to where it's at now, it took years for people to recover to even break even. So they may not necessarily feel that they were in a bull market. They were in I'm trying to break even market, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we lose sight of that. Now, for somebody who maybe is more sophisticated, or for institutional traders or something like that, who maybe had new programs, new strategies, where they were putting new capital to work around 2009 and 2010. Well, okay, yeah, they got the full brunt of all of that.
Yeah.
But we know that the average investor is more of a buy and hold investor. So,
right.
More likely than not, they were just riding the roller coaster.
Yeah, totally. Sam, now there's a lot of talk. There's going to be another big correction. That remains to be seen. Certainly, we'll see one. I mean, nothing goes up forever, okay? Certainly, we know that. So what is the average investor on the street? How are they going to protect themselves from the next time we see a big pullback from the market?
It's such a great question, because hindsight is always 20/20.
Right.
My personal feeling is that, not because I think the economy is bad,
right,
but because I think the stock market rose so quickly, I think that we are out of alignment with respect to fundamental economics. And what that basically means is that if I had to fall into one of the two camps, I'm also anticipating a severe correction in the market. Now, the question is, okay, to what magnitude? And I don't say this because I want to scare anybody. I'm just trying to rely on analysis, because at the end of the day, you have to have a lens at how you interpret data.
Right.
My personal feeling is that I think that the 80s and 90s was what we call a secular or a long-term bull market.
Okay.
I think, yes, we had the savings and loan crisis in, 87, and that was certainly unfortunate for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, people that were in the market in the 80s and 90s were rewarded for being in the market. I think in the year 2000, really starting with the NASDAQ crash and the dot-com bubble, I think we switched into a longer-term or a secular bear market, which usually is earmarked by more volatility. You kind of bounce down and recover and drop and recover, and you do that for a prolonged period of time.
Okay.
So if that is true, and we are in a secular bear market, and if history tends to repeat itself and we're looking at other similar markets, the expectation is that we should come back down and touch where we were at the start of it, which would be where we were in the year 2000. Now, to do that, we're talking about a 45% pullback in the equity market.
Wow. Yeah.
So could it happen? I don't know, but it's in the realm of possibility, I think. But even a 20%, which would put it in the realm of being a correction, I think would still be potentially harmful for a lot of people.
Yeah. I got to tell you, people are nervous like cats, man. I mean, they're like claws in the ceiling. They don't want to take, and now their 401s are back, their personal IRAs are back, even their trading accounts, they're back, okay? People are just scared like crazy. So the biggest question here is if we're going to see a 20% or maybe 40%, like you said, best way to hedge against that. We're almost out of time.
Yeah, best way to hedge against it is really to make sure that you're not risking money that you can't afford to lose. So money that you need for income purposes to live off of, I think now is a good time to start taking some chips off the table, realigning some things.
Sure.
But for people that have substantial savings or enough that they can afford to let it bounce around a little bit,
right,
I think it's okay to continue playing some of those market games.
Yeah. Do they put it in cash? Because cash, the inflation evaporates cash. Where do they put it?
Yep.
Is that where they put it? Cash? Flight to quality is cash? Yeah,
mixture of things. You can have some in cash, poised for market reentry, but I think another alternative is to invest in things that are focused more on income.
Fixed.
So, we always forget that total return is a combination of income and growth. So when the growth looks limited, you start to move towards more of the income plays.
Maybe like some fixed income stuff?
Yeah, definitely looking at some corporates, as long as they're individual holdings and actively managed, some preferreds, other things like that.
Okay, Sam, where can we find you at? Website?
Yeah, easiest place is the website. It's www.atfinancial.com.
apfinancial.com, apfinancial.com, or atfinancial.com, rather. Sam McElroy's with us here today, co-founder of @Financial and @Financial Investments. Sam, thanks for being with us.
Thanks a lot.
You bet. Have a great day. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. Hey, Don, real quick, I want to let everyone know about Pro Online Trader DVD. If we're talking about stocks today and we ask you to bring your charts up and you just don't understand what we're talking about, get a copy of Pro Online Trader DVD. Get it at tradersnation.com. Click on that More button. You can learn about candlesticks, charts, signals, patterns, resistance, support, all that great stuff, and you can learn it so easy with this DVD. $29.95 plus shipping and handling. It costs you hundreds of dollars elsewhere. Don, where's the Dow, Don?
4 1/4. Up 4. I got my rally hat on.
I've got my rallied cup of coffee on, Don. I got my rally.
Right. I got both spinners going.
That's right. Hey, Don, since we're doing mentions, where can we find you out in the World Wide Web, Don?
Follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and what did I miss? Twitter. Don McKelvey at Twitter.
That's right.
Get over there.
All those good.
Get us some likes on Facebook, will you?
That's right. So like, share, participate, folks. Okay? Show your appreciation for Traders Nation. By the way, you can find me at all those social media sites too, Don, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all those great sites, if you will, social media sites. Don, do you own anything we talked about today?
No, none.
Wow, I don't either. You need to know that. Plus, what we talk about, they're not buy or sell recommendations, okay? We certainly appreciate you tuning in on another edition of Traders Nation today, and we'll catch you next time. Stay tuned.